I'm a visitor to the Abbey, and I'm always struck when I come in by the immensity and beauty of the building. It is extraordinary. And to just imagine the vision of those original builders, the work of the monks, on all the occasions that the Abbey has seen down the centuries, those extraordinary historic moments, and then the day-by-day curious visitors and pilgrims who come. All of that just speaks so strongly to me of God, the God who loves us beyond measure, all of us, and that just brings me to my knees.
And of course I walk in and out of the Abbey day after day, and it still moves me on a daily basis. It still startles me, and inevitably my eyes drawn to different things on different occasions. There are lots of different spaces in the Abbey. And thinking about the things we're thinking about, my mind goes into St Faith's Chapel. It's a very distinctive space in the Abbey, one of the few bits of the Abbey that's slightly short on memorials. It's a very still place. It's long and thin. It has high walls. There's one window really high up. And the eye, therefore, is very quickly drawn to the altar and to the extraordinary figure of St Faith, which is a 13th century wall painting over the altar. St Faith, a 4th century martyr, not a name we hear very, very often now, really very popular in the 13th century. She stares at you, you stare back at her. So the space is really evocative, it's powerful. If you get a bit closer, you can see quite low down and on the jamb of the niche, there's a tiny Benedictine monk. When St Faith was painted on the wall, this was a Benedictine monastery. That monk is gazing at St Faith and is praying. And very, very faintly on the wall, you can see his prayer. It's in Latin, but this monk is praying to Christ through the intercession of St Faith, praying to be delivered from iniquity. Save me, rescue me from myself.
I've not seen that. I must go and investigate. But thinking about monks, the last time I was here, I walked the cloisters, which I'd not done before. The cloisters are really beautiful here, aren't they? And I think when I'm thinking about repentance, about turning to Christ, that rhythmic walk that goes along and then turns a corner, gives you a chance to turn, and then you go along again, and then you can turn again, thinking about continuing to turn to Christ, to turn away from sin. And they're very evocative, the cloisters. There are some very airy, beautiful light bits, and you can see the fountain. But then there's some very dark bits too. And that reminds me of the sort of light and shade of following Christ, that it's not all glory. There are disciplined parts and sacrifice, and that's all part of following Christ. And again, I think of those thousands of people who've walked that space and the way it was used for meditation and study and all sorts of things in the medieval times. Such a beautiful space, and that rhythmic walking that just helps us to realign ourselves with God.
Thank you. Just helped me see a bit of the Abbey a bit more clearly. And next time I turn a corner in the cloisters, I'll think of tacking to Christ.